Right. I'll go ahead and I'll kick it off today. I have a little bit of an intro on Boardroom side. But first, I'll say thanks everyone for joining. We're waiting for a couple people to trickle in here, and also thank you for viewing it after the fact on YouTube as well for the people that couldn't make it today. So yeah, so we're back to our usual schedule of governance calls on the first Thursday of every month. From Boardroom's end, I really only have one quick update, and that's surrounding Galaxy campaign. Huge thank you to everyone who turned out for the July campaign. All of the voter data for that has been added to the credential sheets. So I'll send an update post in the July campaign Discord channel, most likely tomorrow, after the funds are sent out to the 20 winners. And then the 4 proposals that just went live yesterday on July 3rd, they were just the automated reward speed proposals for Base, Optimism, Moonbeam, and Moonriver. Those will all be accounted for on the August campaign, just because they mostly overlap into August as opposed to July. So yeah, and that brings me to my second point. The third and final August campaign will be posted today after this call. So watch for that announcement. Same requirements as July. Just voting twice on two on-chain proposals. And yeah, I guess lastly, as I wrap up, I'll just say thank you for everyone who turned out. We had pretty record high for the past year voter turnout on this during this last month. The previous high was, I think it was 145 votes during the base voter campaign. But here we're averaging about 195, with the maximum being, I think it was 237 votes on MFB XO1. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Good job, guys. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for me. The main agenda for the call today. Go ahead and get that slide up. Okay, so main agenda today is just going to be, well, first we'll recap this intro with Eli from Lunar Labs, and then from there we'll go to Warden Finance, and then a Swell network, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll go ahead and start with Eli. If you want to get a couple updates, I'll go ahead and throw it to you.
Sure. Thank you, Alex. Thank you to everyone in the audience and the live audience, and thank you to everyone on YouTube that's listening. I'm Eli or Majin from Lunar Labs, founding contributing team to Moonwell. Yeah, first, Alex, I want to thank you guys at Boardroom. Y'all done such a fantastic job. Not only with the forum updates, putting out timely governance tweets, keeping the community informed, running these gov calls. Y'all have just been kicking butt, and it's great to hear about the increased voting participation. That's massive. I mean, 200 community members voting on a proposal, roughly 200. I mean, there's protocols and DAOs bigger than us that would love to have that kind of voting participation. So yeah, thank you for all your hard work. I just have a few updates for you guys. First off, happy Thursday, happy August 1st, new month. I want to start with so this Monday was a pretty momentous day for Moonwell. MIP 000 and 01 were executed on chain, activating Moonwell markets on Optimism OP mainnet as they're trying to rebrand themselves a bit there with that name. So with that proposal, the Moonwell community has successfully launched or activated 9 markets with Velo, the Velodrome governance token, set to follow shortly due to some technical difficulties. This is massive. This is the first new deployment since our base deployment activated last year. Optimism or OP mainnet is another super chain network, very base aligned. The OP Labs team and the base team work hand in hand to scale the superchain, scale Ethereum. Governance for the entire superchain is conducted on Optimism. So I think, it was kind of a no-brainer move for the Moonwell community to make, and it's very, very exciting stuff. A few updates on the Optimism deployment. So currently there is a reward speed proposal, MIP 002, that is up for voting. If this proposal passes, then we will see OP and well rewards on these new markets in the coming days. As well, Gauntlet, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, will be submitting their monthly risk parameter recommendations, I believe, next Monday on their usual cadence. If their Optimism reward speed proposal passes, it will set, borrow caps, supply caps. It will raise collateral factors, which are currently set to 0 as like a safety mechanism. So essentially, we could see If this proposal passes, we'll see borrowing being enabled. And again, if that's submitted on Monday, those proposals should execute the following Saturday. So next Saturday, we could see borrowing being enabled on these new markets. And again, rewards be proposals up for voting now, which would mean execution on Monday. So Well and OP rewards on these markets next Monday. So that's the optimism deployment. I now want to transition again to or speak more about these rewards fee proposals as they have changed a little bit. So as you may remember previously, Warden has been serving, Hugo's on the call today. Hey Hugo. Warden Finance has been serving not only as a risk manager, but also as the incentive admin for the base deployment, which meant that monthly rewards fee proposals were only necessary for Moonbeam and Moonriver, and the team at Warden Finance managed incentives on base. So with Warden's engagement with the Moonwell DAO wrapping up, and I need to take a moment and just say thank you to Hugo, to the Warden Finance team. Absolute class act team, experts in risk management have been just, an invaluable resource to the Moonwell community. But with that wrapping up, Moonwell contributors have developed a new custom tool that will update rewards feeds on all networks. So that's Base, Optimism, Moonbeam, and Moonriver. It does this proportionally based on TVL, and it also submits these governance proposals automatically every 28 days, which is the epoch. Currently voting is underway for all 4 networks. So we have rewards fee proposals again for Optimism, Base, Moonbeam, and Moonriver. And voting is currently underway. It's going to continue for about 2.5 more days. We are not near quorum yet, so if you haven't voted yet, you now have the opportunity to cast your vote and help the Moonwell community reach quorum on these important proposals. And then my last larger topic I want to speak on is around liquid staking tokens. So if you're on the governance forum, I'm sure you've seen in recent days and weeks, the Moonwell community has received a new forum post from various teams. So that is EtherFi, that's Swell, who I believe we have a representative on the call today. That's Kelp DAO. And then as of just a few minutes ago, Renzo Protocol has also created a forum post. And just to briefly outline the process for asset issuers or projects looking to add a market on Moonwell, each project should begin by providing the Moonwell community with all information from the Moonwell asset listing framework. This framework was created with help from Warden, from help with Gauntlet and Moonwell contributors, basically making sure that these assets can be listed safely. We need all this information to ensure that it will be a safe ad for the Moonwell community. As many of you know, Moonwell is based on Compound V2, so there is shared liquidity. So you have to be, pretty careful on which new assets you add to Moonwell, to Moonwell's core markets, to be specific. So to outline that process again, each project should provide the community with Moonwell asset listing information on the forums. The next step is asset issuers should move to a snapshot vote. If the snapshot vote is successful, will then provide their risk analysis and their initial risk parameters. So those are supply cap, borrow cap, collateral factor, etc. And then after which the asset issuer can put up a Moonwell improvement proposal or work with a Moonwell delegate to submit a Moonwell improvement proposal to actually add the new market with those Gauntlet provided initial risk parameters. As a status update, EtherFi is currently the furthest along in this process with their snapshot vote passing a few days ago. We're currently waiting on Gauntlet to submit or to post their initial analysis and risk parameters for EtherFi. And then afterwards, I would expect we should see the EtherFi team an on-chain vote to actually add the new market. Yeah, I really want to encourage all active members and delegates to really do their due diligence and carefully weigh the risks and rewards for adding these new asset markets for voting. LSTs are very, very interesting. I've been very hyped throughout 2023 and 2024. I think on the reward side, there is the potential for a lot of demand, supply demand, borrowing demand. On the risk side, there are more risks to be aware of than maybe your typical blue chip asset market like a wrapped BTC, wrapped ETH, etc. Yeah, it's really up to the community, and I just encourage you guys to do your due diligence. LST token. And then finally, just a few rapid fire updates for you guys, and I will get off the stage. others speak. Today, Moonwell contributors are at Basecamp. So last year, Base was actually launched from Idlewild, California, where they're holding Basecamp. They launched it off of Starlink, kind of a neat story. But today they're celebrating 1 year from that initial network activation. It's a pretty tight knit. It's not like a big conference. It's a pretty tight knit gathering with Coinbase based team members, a few founders, and people and base builders. But I wanted to let you guys know that in, I think 15 minutes, 30 minutes here, they are going to stream from Basecamp. There's going to be a bunch of great speakers from Coinbase, Base, Brian Armstrong, Jesse Pollock. Vitalik's going to speak. I think a few base builders are going to speak. So be sure to tune in to that if you have. Also, another good listen I wanted to bring up is that we had Moonwell Radio episode 4 this week on Twitter, on X, featuring Jesse Pollock, head of Base, and then representatives from Morpho and Block Analytica. That aired this week, and then it's a great listen. So you can go ahead and catch that replay on Twitter today, and then it also should be uploaded to YouTube with subtitles in the coming days if you prefer that. Also wanted to remind that there are now Superfest OP rewards on the Moonwell flagship vaults. So that's Moonwell flagship ETH and USDC. These are, supply only. But there are currently OP rewards on those vaults, and I believe that will continue for about another week. And the very last thing, I just wanted to give an open invitation for anyone who wants to learn more about Moonwell, wants to get involved in Moonwell governance. My door is always open. Ping me anytime in Discord. Also, if you really want to get involved in Moonwell governance, maybe you're interested in becoming a delegate. I think the same. I don't want to speak for Alex, but I think the same applies for Alex. Ping Alex in Discord. He can really help you with the onboarding process and learning more about getting involved in Moonwell governance. But guys, that's about. I think that's all I have for today. I'll close with saying, I know current market conditions are a bit challenging across the board. I would just encourage everyone to, not be too depressed by general price swings. The Moonwell community has a larger mission in bringing on-chain finance to everyone. I actually ate dinner last night with someone from the Carter Center, and she was very, very interested learning about how DeFi, how on-chain finance can be in Africa. That is our mission, is bringing simplified, easy on-chain financial tools to everyone. And, that mission doesn't change if BTC is at $1,000 or at $1 million. We have an opportunity here to really, empower people to save, empower people to receive yield, to borrow against their assets. And, it's just a very important mission. So thank you all for attending and for your continued involvement. Yeah, let me know if you need. Thanks, guys.
Amazing. Thank you. That was a great intro. All the nice stuff you said about Boardroom, the feeling is mutual. So we have a great community, great contributors. I have nothing but positive things to say. Yeah, so thank you as well. And all right, well, let's go ahead and get to the main content for the call. I'll go ahead and throw it to Hugo. We have a update on Aerodrome rewards and a special announcement from you as well. So whenever you're ready, Hugo.
Thanks, Alex. I'm Hugo from Warden Finance. You probably know me if you've been on the forum. I just wanted to share a few updates about the Aerodrome rewards. So basically, we'll be distributing and managing the rewards until end of August. And after that, this will be our final contribution for the Moonwell community, since we'll be sunsetting actually most of our operations to Warden Finance to focus on new projects on our end. So maybe I can recap a little bit what we've done over the last year, and then follow with closing words. So basically, over the last years, we've been contributing to the Moonwell ecosystem with risk management. And after a while, we've also started doing the rewards management for the lending markets, and also the rewards management for the Well token. So, and we can see that right now the protocol is in a really good state. I think the TVL is close to its all-time high. It's over 200 million total value supplied on all the markets combined. And the Well token has been more liquid than ever, let's say, after the deployment on Aerodrome. And yeah, so that's pretty much like an overview of what we've done over the last year. We can go over on the forum and like let's see everything that's we've been contributing with Gauntlet. And yeah, so that's pretty much the summary here. So I wanted to follow my thanks to the Moonwell core team. So Eli, Luke, and also Elliot. So we've been working very closely over the last year, and also follow my thanks to Gauntlet. They've been really collaborative on like doing the risk analysis every month. It's been like a teamwork rather than a competition. So I want to thank them for that. And also, yeah, I cannot talk about the new project we're working on, but yeah, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably have more news over the following weeks. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Alex for running the Moonwell governance calls.
Amazing. Do you go? From here, I think I can go over to Swell, which I believe the lamp is our representative today.
Hi
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say thanks for having me.
Yep. Take the floor. It's all yours. Cool.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for having me on the call. I'm excited to get our swoop onto Moonwell. We're making our kind of launch into all the different LP very soon. So that's probably gonna be in the next couple of weeks. We're just finishing up getting everything sorted for native minting to be able to mint L3 on base and other L2s pretty seamlessly. Withdrawals just went live 2 days ago, so I think that makes our LRT a complete product, and now we're excited to really push it and get it across the base and other chains. And yeah, thank you guys for being so accepting. An update on our proposal. Still need to edit it and provide some like Oracle information and all that. And then yeah, once we do that, we can get going to snapshot. But yeah, it'll probably be about 3-4 weeks until we have native bench ready, and then I'm looking forward to seeing our suite onto Moonwell.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Yeah, all the quit staking and restaking providers creating so many forum posts in the past month. You've been making my job harder since I have to recap governance, but it's a good problem to have though. So all right, awesome. Let me see here. Okay, well I think that we were originally gonna have Solidity Labs on. I don't believe they're in the chat. If they are, you can go ahead and raise your hands if you wanna do that. But if not, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up today. Yeah, I just want to give a huge thank you to the speakers. Thanks for Swell coming on for the first time. There are so many moving parts with Moonwell right now, and it's genuinely a lot to be excited for right now, both as a user and as a governance participant. So yeah, thanks guys. As usual, our next call will be on the first Thursday of the month, which I believe happens to be September 5th. So yeah, all right, that'll be it, everybody. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Cheers.
See you guys.